Gaius Julius Caesar, born in Rome in 100 BCE, hailed from an aristocratic family that was not particularly wealthy. Despite their noble status, the Julii family had seen better days and were not among the wealthiest in Rome. This background instilled in Caesar a drive to restore his family's standing. His lineage connected him to prominent figures, including his aunt Julia, married to the celebrated general Gaius Marius. Marius was a key figure in Roman politics and military, and his influence undoubtedly left a mark on the young Caesar. Caesar's early life was marked by political turmoil, shaping his worldview and fueling his political aspirations. The power struggles and civil unrest of the time exposed him to the complexities of Roman politics, making him acutely aware of the importance of power and alliances. He excelled in rhetoric and oratory, skills invaluable in his later career. Caesar's education was rigorous, focusing on the art of public speaking and persuasion, which were essential for any Roman politician. His family's ties to Marius put him at odds with Sulla, a powerful general who seized control of Rome. Sulla's dictatorship was a dangerous time for Caesar, as Sulla viewed Marius's supporters with suspicion and hostility. Sulla's rise forced Caesar into hiding, demonstrating his resilience. He had to navigate a perilous political landscape, evading Sulla's purges and showing his ability to survive under extreme pressure. During this time, Caesar honed his military skills, serving with distinction in various campaigns. His experiences in the military not only built his tactical knowledge, but also earned him the respect and loyalty of his soldiers. His courage and tactical acumen earned him recognition, marking the beginning of his legendary military career. Caesar's ability to lead and inspire his troops became evident, setting the stage for his future conquests. These formative experiences laid the foundation for Caesar's rise to prominence. The challenges he faced and overcame in his youth were crucial in shaping his character and ambitions. Caesar's early life was a crucible that forged his ambition and resilience. The hardships and adversities he encountered only strengthened his resolve to achieve greatness. These experiences established him as a force to be reckoned with in the Roman world. Caesar's early trials and triumphs were the bedrock upon which he built his future, ultimately leading him to become one of history's most iconic figures. Caesar's military career was extraordinary, marked by relentless campaigning and numerous victories. His relentless drive and strategic acumen set him apart from other military leaders of his time. His conquest of Gaul, encompassing modern-day France, showcased his strategic brilliance. This campaign was not just a series of battles, but a masterclass in logistics, planning, and execution. The discipline of his legions was unmatched, a testament to the rigorous training and strict code of conduct enforced by Caesar. This decade-long campaign expanded Rome's territories significantly, bringing vast lands under Roman control, and filled its coffers with wealth. The spoils of war were immense, enriching both the state and Caesar personally. Caesar's military successes extended beyond Gaul to Spain, where he demonstrated his ability to adapt to different terrains and enemy tactics. His campaigns in Egypt and Asia further solidified Rome's dominance, showcasing his versatility as a commander. His victories brought immense wealth, not just in gold and silver, but in slaves, resources, and new trade routes, which he used to reward his soldiers generously, ensuring their loyalty and morale remained high. This wealth also enhanced his political standing, allowing him to gain favor with the Roman populace and Senate. One of his most celebrated victories was the Battle of Alesia in 52 BCE, a turning point in his Gallic campaigns, where he employed brilliant siege tactics to defeat a massive Gallic army. His ability to outmaneuver and outthink his enemies was on full display. Caesar's ability to inspire his men, sharing their hardships and rewarding their loyalty, was a cornerstone of his leadership. The camaraderie and mutual respect between Caesar and his soldiers were crucial in his later conflicts. This close relationship with his legions proved vital in his confrontation with Pompey the Great, where loyalty and morale were decisive factors. Caesar's military genius lay in both his tactical skills, which were honed through years of experience, and his ability to inspire his men, making them willing to follow him into any battle, no matter the odds. While Caesar was conquering Gaul, Rome's political situation deteriorated. The Republic was in chaos, with factions vying for control and the Senate struggling to maintain order. Pompey, once Caesar's ally, became his rival, controlling the Senate and amassing power. Their friendship turned into a bitter rivalry as Pompey aligned himself with the conservative faction of the Senate. The Senate, fearing Caesar's influence and growing power, ordered him to disband his army and return to Rome as a private citizen. This decree was a direct challenge to Caesar's authority and ambitions. In 49 BCE, Caesar defied the Senate's orders, leading his legions across the Rubicon River, a bold move that ignited the Roman Civil War. This act of defiance was a declaration of war against the Senate and Pompey. His popularity and the unwavering loyalty of his legions allowed him to swiftly gain control of Italy. The people of Rome, disillusioned with the Senate, welcomed Caesar as a hero. Pompey and his supporters fled east, leading to a series of battles across the Roman territories. These battles would determine the future of the Republic. Caesar's military genius was evident as he outmaneuvered and defeated his enemies in several key engagements. His strategic brilliance and the discipline of his troops were unmatched. The decisive battle at Pharsalus in 48 BCE saw Caesar's forces rout Pompey's army, forcing him to flee to Egypt. This victory solidified Caesar's dominance in the Roman world. Pompey was later assassinated in Egypt, marking a turning point in Caesar's rise to power. With his main rival gone, Caesar's path to absolute power was clear, setting the stage for the end of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire. With his enemies defeated, Caesar returned to Rome as the undisputed master. Appointed dictator for life, he sought to reform and revitalize the crumbling republic. Caesar implemented reforms addressing Rome's pressing problems, including the creation of the Julian calendar. He granted citizenship to people in conquered territories and implemented public works programs. Caesar reformed land distribution, granting land to veterans and the poor. These reforms, while popular with the masses, alienated some members of the elite. Caesar's vision extended beyond Rome, establishing new colonies and promoting trade. His measures aimed to create a stable and prosperous Roman world. Caesar's reforms laid the groundwork for a more enduring Roman state. Despite his accomplishments, Caesar's growing power aroused suspicion among the elite. Fearing he sought to make himself king, a conspiracy formed among senators. Among the conspirators were former allies, including Gaius Cassius Longinus and Marcus Junius Brutus. Brutus, torn between loyalty to Caesar and republican principles, joined the plot. The conspirators chose the Ides of March, 44 BCE, for their assassination plot. They planned to strike while Caesar attended a Senate meeting in the theater of Pompey. The location was symbolic, where Pompey, Caesar's former rival, had met his end. The conspirators saw Caesar as following in Pompey's footsteps. On the Ides of March, Caesar made his way to the theater of Pompey, unaware of the plot. Surrounded by senators, some of whom were his sworn enemies, Caesar took his seat. The assassination was swift and brutal, with Tullius Cimber approaching Caesar under false pretenses. Casca struck the first blow, stabbing Caesar in the neck. Overwhelmed by the attackers, Caesar fell at the foot of Pompey's statue. It is said he recognized Brutus among the attackers and uttered, "Et tu, Brute?" With Caesar dead, the conspirators fled, hoping to rally the people. They believed they had saved the Republic, but they were wrong. Caesar's assassination plunged Rome into chaos and civil war. The very outcome they sought to prevent became inevitable. Caesar's assassination sent shockwaves throughout the Roman world. The conspirators, hoping to be hailed as liberators, were met with fear and uncertainty. Rome descended into chaos as Caesar's supporters and enemies clashed. Mark Antony, Caesar's loyal lieutenant, seized control of Caesar's fortune and rallied his legions. Antony's powerful funeral oration turned public opinion against the assassins. The power vacuum led to intense political maneuvering and another civil war. The second triumvirate, formed by Antony, Octavian, and Lepidus, hunted down the assassins. Brutus and Cassius, defeated at the Battle of Philippi, took their own lives. The Roman world was now firmly in the hands of Caesar's heirs. The death of Caesar solidified his legacy. Octavian, later known as Augustus, skillfully maneuvered through Roman politics. His victory at the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE made him the sole ruler of Rome. Though maintaining the facade of the Republic, he established himself as the first Roman emperor. Augustus ushered in the Pax Romana, a period of peace and prosperity. He capitalized on his connection to Caesar to legitimize his rule. Augustus's reign marked the beginning of the Roman Empire. The Republic gave way to a more centralized and authoritarian government. Caesar's legacy shaped Rome's destiny for centuries. Julius Caesar's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He was a brilliant military strategist, shrewd politician, and visionary reformer. His conquests expanded Rome's territories, and his reforms transformed society. Caesar's name became synonymous with power adopted by rulers throughout history. The month of July is named in his honor, and his military campaigns are still studied. His writings, particularly on the Gallic Wars, are classics of Latin literature. However, his ambition led to civil war and the downfall of the Republic. His assassination paved the way for the rise of the Roman Empire. Caesar's legacy continues to influence history and culture. Julius Caesar was a colossus who left an indelible mark on history. A man of immense talent and ambition, he was a brilliant general and visionary leader. His conquests expanded Rome's dominion, and his reforms transformed society. Caesar's legacy is a blend of brilliance and brutality, vision and ambition. He rose to prominence in a world of violence and political intrigue. His actions shaped Rome's destiny and continue to resonate in history. Caesar dared to challenge the status quo, achieving greatness but falling victim to his own forces. In Shakespeare's words, he was the foremost man of all this world.